Hello, and welcome to the Florida Department of Transportation's Public Information Meeting. This presentation will run on a continuous loop. Please feel free to view more than once. Today's meeting will include updates on projects currently in design or construction in the Tampa Heights and surrounding communities. You can learn more about each project and sign up for alerts online at FDOTtampabay.com. Please note that this meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. With all projects FDOT has in the planning, design, construction, or even maintenance phase, we are focused on incorporating each element of the FDOT compass, including resiliency, safety, and technology, in order to provide communities with projects that improve everyday lives. FDOT has several projects, as shown on this map, that are located near Tampa Heights and surrounding communities. These projects are either in the design phase or currently under construction. This presentation will provide additional information on each project in the following material. The next portion of the presentation will provide an update on construction projects along arterial roadways in the community. FDOT has been engaging with the community for many years on bicycle and pedestrian improvements they wish to see. 2 bikeways are currently in construction along Ola and Central Avenues. These projects will construct traffic calming features to reduce the speed of vehicles and to allow for the roadway lanes to be shared by both vehicular drivers and bicyclists. Construction kicked off in the fall of 2024, and improvements being completed include modifying intersections, modifying sidewalks and ADA ramps, and painting new striping for crosswalks. Bulb outs are being constructed to accommodate on-street parking and to provide a safe refuge for pedestrians. Additionally, rectangular rapid flashing beacons, or RRFBs, are being installed along with new wayfinding signage. Improvement along both corridors are being completed as one project. Work activities are anticipated to be completed in spring 2026. Along Central Avenue, the traffic calming elements include reduced travel lane widths, bike lanes, lateral shifts, concrete medians, and chicanes, raised crosswalks, speed tables and speed cushions, bulb outs with chicanes, and on-street parking. RRFBs will be installed for pedestrian crossing along Central Avenue at Palm Avenue, Columbus Drive, Fern Street, and Flores Street. Intersection improvements along Central Avenue include the installation of a new signal at Florida Avenue, which will create a 4-way stop, improving safety for drivers and pedestrians. Additionally, the existing signalized intersections at Central Avenue and Lake Avenue and Central Avenue and Hannah Avenue will be converted to 4-way stops for vehicular traffic. Some of the most visible work activities along Central Avenue have been the installation of the traffic calming chicanes, which reduce the width of travel lanes, slowing vehicles and protecting bicyclists. Along Ola Avenue, similar improvements are being made to slow traffic, add the bikeway, and improve safety for bicyclists and pedestrians. Speed cushions are being added between Columbus Drive and south of Osborne Avenue. And there will be 2 new 4-way stops created at the intersection of Ola Avenue and Osborne Avenue, and the intersection of Highland Avenue and West Lambert Street. Pedestrians will see improvements including a new RRFB at Ola Avenue and Columbus Drive, a new traffic signal at Ola Avenue and MLK Boulevard, as well as a pedestrian hybrid beacon at the intersection of Ola and Sly Avenues. Along the corridor, FDOT will upgrade the curb ramps and add marked crosswalks and intersection lighting. The Waterworks Sidewalk Gap project will enhance multimodal connectivity by eliminating sidewalk gaps within the Tampa Heights district along I-275 near Waterworks Park. A sidewalk connection is being added from the west side of Tampa Street, just north of K Street, and will run along the north side of the I-275 exit ramp, connecting to Doyle-Carlton Drive. In addition, 2 pedestrian crosswalks are being installed across Doyle-Carlton Drive, to the north and south of I-275, and an asphalt speed table is being added to Doyle-Carlton Drive south of the Waterworks Park. Construction activities are taking place during the day and at night. Any work requiring lane closures will occur at night from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. The contractor is maintaining access to the exit ramp, sidewalks, driveways, and side streets. The images show the ongoing work, including the pouring of concrete for the new sidewalks along I-275 exit ramp and Doyle-Carlton Drive. The Highland Avenue repaving project will begin this spring. The project will be repaving Highland Avenue and a portion of Violet Street from Florida Avenue to MLK Boulevard. To stay up to date with work or to sign up for alerts, visit FDOTTampaBay.com. The next section of the presentation includes updates on projects along arterial roadways that are currently in the design phase. FDOT has been coordinating with the City of Tampa and the Hillsborough Area Regional Transit Authority on planned improvements along Tampa Street and Florida Avenue, which will accommodate both complete street elements and future transit projects. FDOT has 2 projects along these corridors, shown on the map. Both projects will include milling and resurfacing the roadway, installing new traffic signals, and repairing drainage infrastructure that has been damaged. The complete street improvements include adding new pedestrian crossings, reconstructing substandard curb ramps, replacing damaged sidewalks, constructing bulb outs in areas with on-street parking, and relocating the curb line and to widen the sidewalk on the east side of Tampa Street. The map shows the locations of the 6 pedestrian crossings that are planned, as well as the curb modifications at 4 locations along Florida Avenue and 7 locations along Tampa Street. The typical sections shown denote the complete streets improvements planned along both Tampa Street and Florida Avenue. The typical sections along Tampa Street vary, but all accommodate sidewalks, 3 travel lanes, and a bike lane. The typical sections along Florida Avenue vary, but both include 3 travel lanes, sidewalks, and a bike lane. The typical sections shown denote the complete streets improvements planned along both Tampa Street and Florida Avenue. Similar to the planned improvements to the south, the typical sections along Tampa Street and Florida Avenue vary, but all accommodate sidewalks, 3 travel lanes, and a bike lane. The next section of the presentation will focus work on current construction projects on Interstate 275 and Interstate 4 near downtown Tampa. The Downtown Tampa Interchange, or I-275 I-4 interchange, began construction activities in fall 2023. The project is making improvements to the major movements within the interchange. These improvements include constructing a new 2-lane exit ramp from southbound I-275 to eastbound I-4. Drivers will use the new flyover bridge to access eastbound I-4, and the existing flyover bridge structure will be used to access the relocated exit to 14th and 15th Streets. 13th Avenue will be widened to 2 lanes, improving access to 21st and 22nd Streets. The ramp from westbound I-4 to northbound I-275 will be widened from 1 to 2 lanes, while providing an additional merge lane on northbound I-275 to north of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard exit. Additionally, the improvements will widen the westbound I-4 to southbound I-275 exit from 2 to 3 lanes and widen the shoulders on southbound I-275 from Palm Avenue to Jefferson Street. The project includes non-roadway improvements such as underpass enhancements, upgrading lighting, new lighting, signs, landscaping, traffic signals, a shared use path and connections to the existing network, aesthetic treatments, and community spaces. Current construction activities are well underway for the I-275 I-4 interchange project. The micro-tunneling activities wrapped up and currently manhole structures are being installed. The contractor is removing old storm drainage and installing new temporary and permanent drainage. Other work activities include utility relocations, construction of footings and columns for the bridge widenings, gravity walls and bridge deck widenings at both 14th and 15th Streets, construction of embankment for the new exit from northbound I-275 to Ybor City, located near 12th Avenue, construction of mechanically stabilized earth or MSE retaining walls and slope pavement, and substructure work for the new flyover bridge from southbound I-275 to eastbound I-4. The contractor will also demolish the barrier wall to prepare for drilled shafts for overhead signs. The projects will have traffic shifts for the downtown Tampa exit ramps in January that drivers should be aware of. These changes in the traffic pattern will allow the contractor to begin work activities on the west side of I-275 in coming months. Work activities continue on the future flyover ramp from southbound I-275 to eastbound I-4. The images shown depict this work. The bottom right image shows the foundation work for the future pier structures, and the top left image shows the rebar installation for the future pier structure. If you have driven along the I-275 corridor north of downtown Tampa, it's likely you have seen the progress made on the I-275 capacity improvements project that extends from north of I-4 to north of Hillsborough Avenue. Construction kicked off in October 2021, and improvements include widening I-275, both to the inside and outside, to construct one additional general use lane in each direction and provide wide shoulders along the project limits. Additional improvements include the construction of noise barrier walls, the installation of new signage, and improved lighting. FDOT has been working with the community and the City of Tampa on pedestrian and underpass improvements that include wide sidewalks and aesthetic treatments at several locations. The project was originally anticipated to be complete in 2026, and it is now anticipated that construction will be completed this spring. This image shows the improvements near Hillsborough Avenue along I-275, which included widening the bridge deck over Hillsborough Avenue, as well as I-275 to the north and south to add an additional lane in each direction. The majority of work activities are now complete, and the contractor will be finalizing the outstanding work in the coming months. Some of the current work taking place includes completing work within the median between Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and Flora Braska Avenue. These work activities include completion of the concrete median wall, the asphalt shoulders, and concrete paving. Work along the side streets and at underpasses continues with the installation of luminaires, the installation of fencing on top of the gravity walls at underpasses, the installation of bridge clearance signs for drivers, and painting. Additionally, intelligent transportation systems, or ITS devices, continue to be installed along the corridor. As construction nears completion along I-275 from north of I-4 to Hillsborough Avenue, the development of the concept plans for landscaping are currently in the design phase. The concept plans identify locations where landscaping will be installed. The landscape design will utilize a diverse mix of site-appropriate, Florida-friendly plant species that will increase the tree canopy and complement the roadway aesthetics while prioritizing public safety. The images shown depict the draft concept plans for landscaping along Elmore Avenue, near Robles Park, and along North Taliaferro Avenue. The images shown here depict draft landscape plans near the northbound and southbound on-ramps from Hillsborough Avenue. Please note that the landscape plans are not yet finalized and may be modified as design nears completion. Construction is anticipated to begin in early 2026. For additional details, a roll plot is available for viewing at this meeting and online. Please remember that as FDOT continues to progress on projects both along arterial roadways and the interstate, that work activities will be taking place during both the daytime and at night. Any work that requires lane closures will occur at night, and occasionally this work may require the closure of interstate ramps. Work activities may require the use of heavy machinery that can produce noise, vibration, and lighting impacts. Please remember to pay attention to advance warning signs and electronic messaging boards. As a community, it's important that we all pay attention and use caution. Whenever you drive, and especially in work zones, remember that safety is everyone's job. Please slow down in work zones to keep you and workers safe. Thank you for attending the Public Information Open House. Please feel free to watch this presentation again, or if you would like to talk to any FDOT project staff, they are available to assist and answer questions.